Yo y'all, this is Wiissoppii7, and today I am going to finish Hyperlight Drifter. I have gotten 8 crystals for every area, as you can see on the top right there. For those of you who haven't played this game, there's 4 crystals that where the locations are given to you, and the other 4 you just have to find, and they are not easy to find. I found... Sorry, I just had to adjust the mic. But, I had to find every... Okay, there we go. Like, those last 4, I had to play through the entire area over again to find every single one of them, except one, which I had found before, and the south region I had to play through almost 3 times to find them all. As you can see from the previous few episodes... Oh, I guess you can't. Well, I'll show you down here. Oh, the music changes. But anyways... Yeah. The title is Wiissoppii7 finishes Hyperlight Drifter, so... I've never played this game before. I mean, I've played it before, but I've never finished it before. So, I'm gonna finish this, whether it takes me, you know, I mean, this could be a 10-minute episode, or it could be a 3-hour episode. I have to say, this game has been amazing so far. But, you know, in my experience, an ending can make or break a game. It really can. Oh, shit. Okay. Where does it even say I am? Oh, just down here. Alright then. Oh shit, so straight to the boss, I guess. Alright. Let's do it. We've got the most powerful gun in the game. A couple super badass skills. Dude, he's gonna crap out right in the middle of the boss fight. Oh shit. Here's 5 potions for you. I'm glad that they gave you that, but I'm also not glad because that means that this is gonna be crazy hard. I'm assuming, I mean, oh my god. Hey! It's that crystal that he keeps having a dream about. Oh, bullshit. Alright. Hey, it also looks like the title screen. Oh my, that is a lot of health. Oh my god. Well, I'm, Jesus Christ. Oh. What is this? Are these enemies, or do I just dodge them, or... Oh! Okay, alright. Well... Okay, Alright, well, let's try that again. Okay, well, let's try it again. Jesus Christ, this is, it's really cool. It's very, I don't know. That creature looks damn amazing. Alright. Ah, that didn't work. And neither did that. Oh, Jesus, no! Shit. Ah, these are our enemies. Shit. Damn it, I should try to dodge these more. Oh, amazing, I'm already down to 2 potions. Ah. Oh, so they explode. Okay. Alright, we're not doing too bad. And I'm out of ammo again. Okay, not anymore. Jesus, no. I've only... Hey, there we go. Oh my gosh, I can barely move. My god, he's really coughing up a lot of blood there. Pink blood. This fucker again. This dog. Every time that I see that dog, something bad happens. I had a moment of respite there. I hope he doesn't get crushed by one of those. Hey, well, I mean, I can walk again, but Jesus, that is a lot of blood. Okay, if I... Oh, before I was just coughing. Now I can move. If I try to dash or heal, this is where I started the game. No. I feel like there's something I should have done there. Okay. Okay, so I think while these credits scroll like I do with bigger games like this, normally I think I'm gonna do kind of like an analysis on how I thought of the game. Normally I start with story, but I'm gonna save that for last because it was difficult to understand in this game. Okay, so I think gameplay-wise, movement was fine. I had no issue with that. You know, pixel art games don't usually have... they have basically the same movement, just, you know, push a button and you move in that direction. But then, of course, there was the drift, and I thought that was excellent. I mean, it was, of course, really similar to a lot... it was Blink, basically, you know, the short teleport. Very, very similar to the one in Dishonored, I thought, but I liked how you could combine drifts and sort of flow your momentum through them sometimes. Combat-wise, I thought that it was pretty good. I mean, you know, it seems pretty similar to an ARPG, you know. Each enemy has a certain amount of hit points, you deplete the hit points and they're dead. Same with you. Weapon-wise, it seems like there was really only two kinds of weapons. There were, you know, your sword, which never changed, and the different kinds of guns. And I feel like that they could have added more weapons, like maybe different melee weapons, or... there's not much else that you could have added in the ranged weapons department. They did a good job on the guns, but I think that there could have been more melee weapons. Or at least different ways to, you know, go into a situation of battle. Because in this game, it was just kind of, you know, jump from one enemy to the next, to the next, to the next. There was kind of two ways to do it. Either jump to one enemy, beat on it till it dies, and jump to the next, and beat on it till it dies, and on until they're all dead. Or jump to some enemies, take them down a few, jump to the next, take them down a few, and just go in a circle, pretty much, until everybody's dead. And I thought that there could have been a bit more to the combat. Next, I guess I will do music. The music seemed pretty much completely ambient, with a few exceptions, but it was outstanding. The music was excellent. It was very, very good. Not a lot I would change about it. And they chose excellent points to not put music, to make things ominous. So yeah, I have no complaints about the music. It was very good. The graphics, in my opinion, one of the best parts about the game. The pixel art was mind-blowing. It was unbelievable. And they mixed the pixel art, you know, with like 1080p animation very, very well, instead of making it, you know, like really choppy or at just like such a low frame rate that it's just sucks to have to sit through. But no, the pixel art was excellent. Now, I guess I'll do environments. I liked the north, east, south, and west thing, and I really liked the non-linearness, I guess you could say, of it, of how it didn't force you to go to one before the other. The only one that it forced you not to go to was south. You had to do northwest and east before you could do south. But I liked their, they each had their own biome. Like west was a forest, north was a like a mountains and tundra in some areas, and east was like a water city or something. I thought that all of the people were cool. Not a whole lot of character development, but in a game like this, where the only character that really needs development is you, since you barely communicate with anybody, I think it was fine. And yeah. I guess now I'll do the story. The story is the main reason that I hadn't played this game before, because from what I'd seen, this game had everything that I would like in a game. It's that would make me like a game. But I kept hearing that it was extremely difficult to understand the story, and they made it very cryptic, and I don't like that very much, because then I start getting lost, and I start to feel like I'm fighting for nothing. I'm just trying to get to a destination for no reason, not even to have fun, just because the game is telling me to. But I think the game did a good job of making you feel like you were accomplishing things, even though you had no idea what you were accomplishing them for, or even what you were accomplishing. Just you knew that you got something done. And so yeah. But from what I gathered from the story, you play as obviously the Hyperlight Drifter, or a Hyperlight Drifter, and he seems, or she, I'll just call him the Drifter from now on. The Drifter seems kind of like an anti-hero, kind of like sort of like Deadpool almost, but obviously not as bombastic. God damn, a lot of Andrews. Okay, but he seems kind of like everything that he was doing was for his benefits, and if it helped anybody else, cool, but if it didn't, whatever. Like, he seems kind of like he was just in this for himself. Like, that final boss that I just fought there was like kind of a problem of his, and the only reason he was killing it was not to help the people around him, but to help himself, because it posed a threat to him. Because, anytime that he came across a corpse of somebody who had anything useful on it, he would loot it and just pay absolutely no attention to who the person was at all. Especially when that other Drifter died, the one with the pink helmet and just like a pink color scheme, kind of, the pink robot and everything. That one who was like the Drifter that you played, slowly dying throughout the game. When he died, the Drifter didn't do anything. He just, he didn't do anything for him. He didn't, bury him. He didn't, he didn't touch him. He didn't do anything. He just looted him. He took his cape and took his sword and took the skin of the robot and left with it. Once that, it seems like to the Drifter that you played, the only reason to keep that guy alive was because he told you where half of the crystals were for every area. And so, yeah. And, once he died, he didn't serve much of a purpose anymore, so might as well take the shit that he had. but it's hard to tell if that's actually how he was, or if he just felt in a hurry, I guess. Mainly because the Hyperlight Drifter didn't have very much character development. Besides, he felt like he needed to destroy that crystal, or at least get it, something. And he did destroy it, but then he just kind of died in the end. And that's something that... Man, a lot of Benjamins too, Jesus. But that's something that I also kind of didn't like about it. Like, the ending. Like I said, the ending of a game, in my experience, can either make or break a game. And for this one, normally it would break it, but just every other part about it was so good that it just kind of made it stagnant. But I did notice that right at the end there was the dog there, and he wasn't moving, and it showed my ammunition count and my health and my weapons and things like that. And I wonder if I could have shot him or something before I went there, because like right as that last cutscene started playing, I was like, shit, or I don't exactly remember what it said, but I was like, so I am gonna look up if there is multiple endings. And where there's multiple endings to a game, the ending doesn't turn into like a make or break for the game. It turns into a lot more interpretation, which I think there was a lot of in this game. I mean, you had to interpret a lot of what was going on around you for what you wanted. And I think that this would be pretty much almost the perfect game to roleplay for a couple reasons. Because, first of all, its story is so completely cryptic that you can make your own around it so easily. And nobody talks besides in their own language. And when they talk in their own language, they only say like a word or two, so it's pretty easy to just talk over it. The only thing that would make it difficult is it's not first person, and it's kind of hard to roleplay games that aren't first person, in my opinion, anyways. But I guess what else is there? There's the upgrade points and the skills. I did like that. That was pretty cool. Like, you actually had to look around and stuff. There wasn't like an experience system like there is for most ARPGs. Although this wasn't really an ARPG, it was just... Because, like, it wasn't really an RPG, you just kind of... Because there wasn't really a role to play. You had a set goal, and you just had to figure out how to get there. One thing I have to say that I did love about this game was just how little information that they gave you about everything that was happening. Some people really hate that, but I love that, because it leaves stuff open to interpretation, and it lets you figure things out for yourself, like you're actually part of the world, Because nothing makes a world feel less real than when there's some, the person who made the game, or people who made the game, are telling you how the world is and exactly what it is. So, yeah. I also really loved the lack of words in the game, just written or anything like that. The only words that were there is, you can warp here anytime whenever you activated a warp point. And then, of course, options, settings, quit game, resume game, things like that. There is a new game plus, and for what it was worth, I think that I will do it, because I really liked this game. I really liked this game. It was very, very good. Because, well, my favorite game of all time is one called Super Brothers Swords and Sorcery. And that was made by Capybara Games. And Capybara, I don't know, but anyways, yeah, that's by far my favorite game, and there's little that have come close to it. And this one I thought could do it, because if there's one thing I would change about Super Brothers Swords and Sorcery is, instead of making it a side-scroller, I would make it top-down, because there's so much more you can do in a 3D space than a 2D space. But, that game did pretty much the opposite of what this did. It used words to tell you everything. Like everything that it needed to tell you. Jeez. I'm just, yeah, I mean, it was a very nice game. I don't want to quit the title, because I don't know if it's one of those games that'll, like, have something secret at the end if you watch through the credits or not. But, yeah. I think, though, like, the crypticness of stories and why I like, going into a game without knowing anything about it, I mean, like, about the story of the game, I like that in games like this where you actually don't know about that stuff, but I hate it in games like something like Homefront, for example. I actually just recently started playing that, and I hate how it, like, everybody talks to your character like he knows exactly what's going on, but he's a silent protagonist, and so when you have a silent protagonist, in first-person games, in my opinion, it really feels like that's you, because, he's not saying anything because you're not saying anything. But anyways, when they talk to you, because like I feel like I'm playing that character, and then when they're talking to that character, I feel like they're talking to me. And then when they're talking to me about shit that I have no idea about, like I'm some expert on it, I hate that so much. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I also don't know how much longer this is going to go on, because the names are not going in alphabetical order. I mean, they kind of seem to fade in and out of alphabetical order, and this music sounds like it's on a loop, so, yeah. I don't even know what any of these names are for anymore. Maybe they're like campaign backers or something, because I know that this game was on Kickstarter. Yeah. I noticed that the O's and D's look exactly the same in this font. Okay, well, I'll pause it until we get to the end of the credits. Thank you very, very much for watching. If you watched this this whole way, this was a lot of fun. So yeah. Okay, it's been going for a very long time, and I don't. Oh, S does it. Oh, there we go. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Look at this. Look at how much more I would have sat through. Okay, well. Damn, that was a lot of names. This looks different. The bottom is, like, purple now. Boss rush. What happens if I do continue game? Nah, that just sends me back to the last save point of that specific game. Okay, so there's newcomer, which I actually haven't done. I did standard. Intended challenge level, all achievements unlockable. New game plus says beware, and new game alt says play with a new character. Alright, well, I'll try those out sometime. I'll also try boss rush sometime, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video as much as I did, then please leave a like and subscribe to join the Chorus Rebellion. If you have any suggestions for games that you want me to play, or anything to make my commentating more enjoyable, then please don't hesitate to leave a like. Or, sorry, to leave a comment. Don't hesitate to leave a like either. But that's about it. See ya.
People will continue to die. This is getting boring. Just now, were you talking about something else?